Hello, today we're going to review all the different strategies to multiply numbers. The first strategy I'm going to do when we solve this problem is just the standard algorithm. But first, let's read this problem. It says Miss Lott is going to see a Broadway show tonight. One show ticket is $135. If there are 346 people in the theater, how much money will the theater make tonight on ticket sales? So now what we're going to do here is multiply. We know that one show ticket is $135, but there's going to be 346 people in the theater, so each person pays $135. Your goal is to figure out how much money will the theater make tonight in total on ticket sales. So what we're going to do here is simply do 346 times 135. Now for this problem here, I am doing just the standard algorithm. We have a 3 by 3 digit number. I'm going to start with the digit here in my ones place. I have 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 3 is 23. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17. Now I'm going to cross out anything up here, and I'm going to move to the digit in my tens place. I'm going to do this in red. Now notice I'm in my tens place, so I'm multiplying by 10, adding in this 0 here. Now I have 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Now I'm going to cross out anything I used up here, and I'm going to also now move to my hundreds place. So that means I'm multiplying by 100, including my 2 zeros. Now I can continue multiplying. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. And now I can add everything together to give me my final answer. So now I have 8 plus 3 is 11. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 1 is 17. 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So this is telling me that the theater makes $46,710 in one night for that Broadway show. That is a lot of money that theater makes, but a Broadway show does cost a lot of money to put on the production. Now, in this problem here, it says 301 times 47. The multiplication strategy I'm going to review here is the lattice multiplication method. Now, notice here I drew boxes 3 by 2 because we have a 3-digit number multiplied by a 2-digit number. I put 301 simply up here, and I put 47 right here. Notice I have 4 in this box, 7 in this box. Now, inside of each box, all I'm going to do for this whole box here is look above and to the right. I have 1 times 4 is 4. So all I'm going to do is 4, but since it's a 1-digit number, I'm going to simply place 4 here, and 0 is going to go here. Now I'm going to move to this box. I look above, I see a 1, and to the right I see a 7. 1 times 7 is 7. So I'm going to put a 7 here, but here I'm going to put a 0. Now I have this box. I need to determine what numbers are going to go here. I look above, I have 0 and 4 here. So I'm going to do 4 times 0, which is 0, which is going to tell me I'm going to put a 0 here and here. Same thing goes for this box here. Above is a 0, to the right is 7. 7 times 0 is 0. So I'm going to put a 0 here and here. Now I'm going to move to this box here. I look above, I see a 3. To the right, I see a 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So in this situation, since I have a 2-digit number, I'm going to write my 12 just like this. My 1 is going to go here in the tens place, my 2 in the ones place. Now for this box, I look above, I see a 3. To the right, I see a 7. 3 times 7 is 21. My 2 is going to go here. My 1's going to go here. Now for my next step here, all I'm going to do is look between these dotted lines here. Now you can draw these yourself, or you can use a lattice multiplication model to help you. Now I already drew these dotted lines here going through these diagonals. Notice it went right through the diagonal of the boxes. This is how you always want to be drawing these lines to help you. Now between here, I just see a 7. So 7's going to go here. Now between these two sets of dotted lines, I see 4 plus 0 plus 0, which is 4. Now between these dotted lines, I see 0, 0, 0, and 1. So I add those numbers together and I just am left with 1. Between this set of dotted lines, I see 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 0 is just 4. And now here I just see a 1. So now I'm going to take a look at all the numbers here that are in green. So I'm going to write them in order, which is going to give me an answer of 14,147. And that is the answer to this problem. Now you can choose to use standard algorithm, you can choose to use lattice multiplication or partial products. Any method works, and any method is going to give you the answer to this problem as 14,147. This is just another multiplication method that you are welcome to use. Now what I want to go through is partial products. This is an example already given to us here that we're going to discuss. We have 24 times 38. Notice when we have partial products, we're tearing those numbers apart. So when I look at 24, I notice that I have 20 and then 4, which is going to give me the number 24. On this side, I have 30 and I have 8. Now notice I set this up as 2 by 2 because we're multiplying a 2-digit number by a 2-digit number. Now, in each of these missing boxes, I need to fill in the gaps. I found 600 here because I did 20 times 30 is 600. I found 160 because 8 times 20 is 160. I found 32 because 8 times 4 is 32. I found 120 because 30 times 4 is 120. Now, the boxes here, these 4 boxes, I'm going to take those 4 numbers and add them together. Once I add those together, it gives me my product of 912. Now, the next problem we're going to practice partial products. This is just another multiplication strategy that you're welcome to use. In this problem here, it says a school bought 301 boxes of computer paper for the computer lab. Each box had 47 sheets of paper inside it. How much paper did they buy total? So if each box has 47 sheets of paper, but we know the school bought 301 boxes, we want to figure out how much paper did they buy in total. So we are going to multiply 301 times 47. Now what I did here was already set up my partial product problem here. So I chose to use partial products as my multiplication method to multiply. What I did here is I drew a 3 by 2 area model or a rectangle to help you solve this problem. Notice I took 301 and I wrote that number in expanded form. I have 300, 0, and then 1. On this side, I took 47 and I wrote that number in expanded form. 40 and 7. Now my goal here was to fill in these boxes. I got 12,000 because all I did was 300 times 40, and that's the number that goes in this box. Here I got 2,100 because 7 times 300 is 2,100. Now for both of these boxes we have 0 because we have 40 times 0 and we had 7 times 0, which is both 0. Now in this box here I got 7 because I had 7 times 1, and here I had 40 times 1, which is just 40. Now just like the previous problem, we took all the numbers inside this box and added them together. Notice here I have 12,000 plus 2,100 plus 40 plus 7, which is giving me my product of 14,147 pieces of paper is how much the school bought. Now that is my answer to this problem. You can choose any method to solve and you're going to find you get the same answer every single time. In this problem here, it says the high school band is planning a trip to Disney World's Magic Kingdom. 234 students are going on the trip. It costs $124 per person for a one-day ticket to the park. How much will it cost for the entire band to go to Magic Kingdom? So if it costs $124 per person, but we know that 234 students are going, our goal is to determine how much will it cost for the entire band to go to Magic Kingdom. Therefore, we are using multiplication. Now, what we're doing here, I did set up partial products, and what I noticed I drew was a 3 by 3 square. Or now my goal here is to first write 234 in expanded form. I have my hundreds, my tens, my ones. I also have 124 on this side written in expanded form. I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. My goal here is now to fill in these missing pieces here. So I have 200 times 100. Now that's going to give me my answer of 20,000. Now notice here I had 2 times 1 is 2, and then I add my 4 zeros. In this box here I have 20 times 200. 2 times 2 is 4, and then adding my 3 zeros is going to give me 4,000. In this box here I have 4 times 200. 4 times 2 is 8, and add my 2 zeros is 800. In this box here I have 4 times 30. 4 times 3 is 12, add my zeros, 120. 20 times 30 goes in this box here, which is going to give me 600. And then I have 100 times 30, which is going to be 3,000. In this box here, I have 4 times 100, which is 400. And here I have 20 times 4, which is 80. And in this box I have 4 times 4, which is 16. Now my final thing I'm going to do is take everything in green and add them together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to organize these numbers from greatest to least and keep everything lined up. If you need to do this in more than one step, that's absolutely fine as well. So I first have 20,000. Then I have 4,000. And I have 3,000. And I have 800. And then I have 600. And I have 400. And I have 120. And I have 80. And I have 16. Now I wrote this in a very large problem. However, you can break this up into pieces if need be. Now what I did here is I lined up all my digits in my ones place, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, my 10,000s to make it very easy. Now notice here I'm looking down my ones place and I only see a 6. I'm looking at my tens place. I have 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Now I'm going to go to my hundreds. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 1 is 19, plus 1 is 20. Now I'm going to move to my thousands place. I have 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9, and I have 2 in my 10,000s place is 2, giving me a final answer of $29,016. That is how much it's going to cost for the entire band to go to Magic Kingdom. Now notice I use partial products for this problem. You can choose the standard algorithm, you can choose lattice multiplication, you can even explore the Japanese method or the Egyptian method as well. That's also posted on my YouTube channel. Feel free to explore multiplication in 5th grade. Feel free to try different methods and find the method that works best for you. As always, you can refer back to this video at any time to help you with today's problems.